Hi guys, and welcome back to Cat Talks. I'm Kat, this is the place where I talk, and today I'm going to be talking about writing, how my book is going, and things like that. Alright, so first of all, I have retitled my querying book to be more explicitly related to what it is about. So the original title was The Bride of Ebo. That is a little bit not really what the book's about, because bride in my novel is used to refer to the brides of a god, and Ebo is the god, but it when you read The Brides of Ebo, you don't think a fantasy story about some priestesses serving a god, you think of a bride. So I have now retitled it, and I'm pitching that again, so I've sent it to another 3 agents, and then when I hear back from them, I'm going to send it to another 6, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to do, so hold your horses on that one. And then also, while I've been querying, following everybody's advice, I have been working on a brand new manuscript in a completely different world. So I have quite a lot of companion novel ideas for Ebo set in the same world, but I didn't want to work on those because then I get super involved in Ebo. And obviously then I cry when I get rejected, so I didn't want to work on those. Instead, I've been working on a brand new idea, and this is about a young woman who is being brought up to be the guardian of her people through politics and through war and through command. Her father was brutally murdered by some guards of the Stretch, which is a nearby country. That country is actually doing really well. It's got rivers, it's got grass, it's got greenery, it can afford to feed its people. And Alira's country, the Stretch, is not doing very well. It's a desert. They have barely any water and barely enough food, even given the nomadic lifestyles that they tend towards in that country. So she is trying to figure out a way to feed her people. Her mother thinks she's cracked it and thinks she can do this through an alliance with the Stretch. That is the people who murdered her husband, and she needs Alira to prove that she isn't, completely racist towards everyone in the Stretch, and that she can actually uphold a peace treaty with those people. Now, Alira, unfortunately, also has a kind of madness in this world where she sees black and white portals of things that haven't happened, things that are to happen, and also sometimes just misleading things. So her mother knows this and treats her with leeches and confinement, because madness runs in that family's blood. We are currently on chapter 9, and we still haven't left the Mintag, so I'm going to guess that we'll have to wait and see if we ever even get to the Stretch, or whether this novel turns out to be something completely different than what I thought it was. But I am really enjoying writing it. I'm holding this up, as you can clearly see, because I'm actually handwriting it. So this is a first for me, and this is following Neil Gaiman's writing technique, which he talked about with Tim Ferriss on his vlog. He handwrites all of his novels in little books like this one, and alternates colours every day, which is what I'm doing. I have 2 fountain pens, one black and one was blue and is now purple, and that gives me a way to keep track of which days I've written which things. And yeah, I'm really enjoying handwriting, to be honest, the novel, although it does mean that my hand cramped a lot in the first 2 or 3 or 6 or 7 days. Nowadays I can write for about 15 minutes or 20 minutes without even noticing my hand, which is really good. And I've been keeping track in this little spread in my bullet journal. This is number of handwriting pages, because obviously I can't track words. There were 2 days skipped here, and I had a migraine on this day but still had to write because I couldn't skip 3 days in a row. But luckily I wrote mostly before the migraine, so just when I was getting a bit blurry eyes and stuff like that. And yeah, this is today. So I'm pretty happy with the progress that I'm making with that novel. And now for an exciting announcement. I have actually got 2 weeks now off work, so 2 consecutive weeks, and my partner and I are going to be trialling what it's going to be like to be a full-time writer in those 2 weeks. So the first week we're going to be trialling the full-time writer, and he's working full-time. And then the second week they've taken some time off work, so apparently they want to spend time with me. I don't know who would want to do that, but apparently that's the plan. And so we will be trialling out being a full-time writer that is so successful their partner doesn't have to work. Now, I think we both know, viewer and myself, that I'm never going to be that successful unless I morph into J.R.R. Martin, but it's still nice to know what we would need to do in order to make that work, I guess in preparation for retirement. So that is the plan. Now I have a couple of big writing goals, big writing goals for these 2 weeks. There are 3, possibly 4. The first one is obviously to continue writing every day for multiple hours a day on the new novel, Alira, which doesn't have a title yet. The second goal is to finish some edits which my beta readers just got to me for Ebo, that means that one of the side characters was a lot more disliked than I had anticipated, and I need to kind of like flesh out his character a lot more and make him more of a nice person. The third one is some fanfiction. I've been planning on writing for a couple of weeks now. It's been in my head, and I just want to write out the outline for that and get the first 2 chapters written and out there. And the fourth one, which is more of a maybe, is to write a short story, which I already have in mind for a competition. I don't know which competition yet, because the short story came to me without any prompts. Why do these do these things to me? Why? But I'm really excited, particularly about the first 2, and also getting my feedback into fanfiction. One of the big problems with me and querying is that you don't get any feedback on whether you're a good writer or not until you get a full request. And so all you get is negative feedback all the time, and it's often very late, like you submit the request and then 6 to 8, 12 weeks later you get the response. That obviously doesn't really work. Like, human brains are not wired to have kind of like cause effect. They're more like cause effect, cause effect, cause effect, cause effect. That's why people have trouble losing weight or eating more healthily, because the effects that you want are so far in the distance. And especially in today's society, people and I don't want to work for those. So fanfiction would be a great way to kind of like get some more compliments on my writing and some feedback really quickly, and also to, you know, keep in contact with my quote unquote fans, because I've just kind of like missed getting emails about how awesome my work is. I actually got an email the other day that was like, this is one of the best fanfictions for this ship that I have ever read, and I've read a lot, and I was just like So yeah, I'm definitely getting back into the fanfiction pool, but my original writings do come first. So I really want to write Alira as much as possible, and then when my hand starts cramping, work on restructuring Ebo's minor character, and then yeah, anything that's left over or anything where I get too like bogged down in Alira, which definitely hasn't been happening at the moment, then I will be migrating back to fanfiction. Let me know in the comments if you guys would like a writing blog about how, kind of like what I'm finding with my week being a full-time writer and how it's affecting me and things like that, because there's definitely going to be some things, and wish me luck, because I'm going to need it, because I think I'll probably go insane and or do no writing, and or just not eat all day because I'm too busy writing. So those are the 2 extremes we're working with, and I just need you guys' help and emotional support to get through these 2 weeks that are going to be very trying. But yeah, that starts on Monday, so love, adoration in the comments, as always. You guys make my world go round. Well, you guys are my fanfiction comments. Okay, long-time viewers might have noticed that my schedule has changed, and I now release my reading vlogs on Tuesdays. This is just because I was feeling like I needed to cut back on YouTube so I could focus a bit more on writing, and it has nothing to do with how much I adore and love every single one of you. So from now on, this kind of focused content where it's a short video will come out, a short original video or tag will come out every Friday. And things like my TBRs and stuff like that will come out every Friday as usual, and then my reading vlogs will come out on Tuesdays. And for now, Read This If, which was a series focused on books as an author, is taking a bit of a backseat. I hope that doesn't disappoint anyone, but that's where we're at. Those were consistently getting lower views anyway, so I don't think you guys love them that much. I hope you guys have had an absolutely amazing week. I look forward to seeing you again next Friday. If you don't want to miss anything, hit the subscribe button down below. Next Friday will be a haul of over 30 books, so get excited. And I will speak to you again soon, my lovelies.